Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tuning in to this YouTube video, the panda spirit lives on. They might be dead in every other aspect, but their spirit lives on. It lives on within these walls, and it has possessed this very room, this very body, and this very brain. I'm about to bless you all with a tier list. A tier list of opinion and facts. Can they both exist in the same sentence? Yes, as they can. While this tier list may be opinionated, it is also very factual. And as we all know, my opinion is fact. I can't go on with this shit anymore. This is too cringe. All right, I'm actually going to be doing a week 1 tier list. I want to do this to discuss conversation and seeing how the game progresses from here on out. We just barely got done with one of the biggest Idol Showdown tournaments, very successfully ran by Remy Celeste. Very much congratulations. Aki Rosenthal is the one that won. There's actually 3 Aki Rosenthals in top 8. There's a Suisei, there was an Ayame, there was a Coco, and there was Botan. Today, I'm going to be trying to give my opinion on which characters are the strongest, which characters are the weaker ones, and maybe I'll even do collabs as well. So let's go ahead and kind of split them up into 2 different tier lists. How about that? That sounds pretty good. Here we are, chat, with the tier list. We have super cute, we got cute, doing their best, and gentle. This is how we're going to be determining who is the best and who is not necessarily the best. Who should we start with then? You know what? Let's just get this shit out of the way. Aki's adorable. Aki's super cute. The cutest in this entire roster. Like, super cute. Like, above anyone else, the most adorable, most kawaii chica you could ever ask for. Okay? She's got everything you want. All right? She'll give you... Dude, she'll pay your rent. She'll legit pay your rent for you. Right, Sonic? Super cute. All right? Hi, I'm the elaborator. Now, before we get started, I am going to be going over some fighting game terminology. So if there is something that you just don't understand in this video, or I say something that doesn't really make sense, look in the description. There is a glossary there. Look up the term and you'll be caught up. So Aki, I feel like, is the best character in the game right now because her teleport is incredibly fast with hardly any recovery. Her combos are insane. Her mix-up is nutty. Her zoning is ridiculous, and she builds super chat meter and meter in general like it's nothing. You can use her good boy and her bad boy lasers, as well as her Mookie Rose to keep the opponent out, and she can be anywhere on the screen in seconds with her teleport. Pair that with the fact that Mookie Rose doesn't go away if you hit her, and combos that could lead into mix-ups. Yeah, I think she's by far the best character in the game. Some would argue her only weakness is her reversals because she doesn't have any. However, if you have 2 meters, you can use her level 2 super as a way to get out of any sort of pressure that she's put under. And that's why she's the best character in the game. Who else do you want to see? You want to see Coco? You want me to go with Coco? Aight. Coco's just out here trying to do her absolute best, trying to survive against this crazy roster of characters, of super adorable, super cute characters. And to be honest with you, Coco players, you're doing a good job. I think she's very, very strong, but there's a lot of things that does not favor her in this game. And she makes up for it in raw power. Coco is absolutely trying her best. Now, while she has the biggest damage output in this game, there's a lot of things working against her. Even though she has moves that are able to deal with projectiles, such as her 5M having hyper armor through projectiles, as well as her Raptor having hyper armor, her Oi Oi having projectile invincibility, and her EX Coco Buster having a slight bit of projectile invul at the beginning. With all that being said, there's a lot of characters in this game that recover very, very quickly after they launch projectiles. And those are primarily her worst matchups. 2 in particular, Sora, Aki. Alongside Ayame, she actually has one of the most problematic ways of building super chat meter because she doesn't have a safe way to be able to build it. Unless you want to start oi-oing everywhere if you want to. But that's really hard to justify when there's a whole bunch of different characters that can have special moves incorporated into their combos, as well as being able to do them just in the neutral, like projectiles like Fubuki, Aki, Sora. Those characters can build super chat meter so much faster than Coco ever could. And the only projectile-esque move that she has that she can build super chat meter off of that's not oi oi is her fire breath. And her fire breath is not very good because it's unsafe and you can crouch it, except for Coco herself. And that's a real shame because out of all the characters in the game, Coco is the only character in the game that I feel requires and needs super chat meter to be able to do well in the game. And while yes, she is the only character that can air dash in the game, the air dash is incredibly bad. But that's not to say that she doesn't have incredible things. She's still doing her best. Her damage, like I said, is insane with her command grabs and her combos actually leading to almost 50% health, as long as you have the resources. She also has really great normals. 5M being an advancing boing move that has some hyper armor like I mentioned, and her 2M that has incredible reach, and her sweep that is probably the longest sweep in the game. And her anti-air is very strong too. But like I said, she's doing her best, but compared to the rest of the roster, I do feel like she's a bit of an uphill battle to be able to win with, unless you are just a godlike player that can really resonate with how Coco plays. So, with that being said, who else would you want to see, Chad? Let's get into, you know what, let's do Sora. Why not? Let's do Sora. Sora, I think is cute. I think Sora is very cute. Not super cute, but she's cute. I think at some point, she will be super cute, but I don't think she has her potential unlocked just yet. Got a lot of different things. It seems like this game is heading towards a direction where there's a lot of unblockables. There's a lot of tech setups where it re-combos a lot. Sora's not on that level quite just yet, but in the long term, I think she will be super cute one day. As of right now, not necessarily. Sora, I feel like, has one of the biggest potentials to be one of the strongest characters in the game. Incredible projectile, incredible spacing tools with her 5N and her 6M. She also has incredible set play as well. You can set up a note that can explode a little bit later, go into an overhead or a low, have the note explode, and then rinse and repeat. Now you're in the blender. What I feel like she excels at the most is her projectiles. Her projectiles have multiple hits that recover very, very quickly to the point where you can actually chase after it and start pressuring the opponent. I do feel like she has a moveset that shares a lot of utility with Aki and with Suisei both. She has the ability to be able to zone you out like Aki, as well as mix you up like Aki, but also pressure you like Suisei. And I'm talking primarily about A-chan. A-chan has the ability to reflect projectiles whenever she wants, as well as be able to pressure the opponents with a cost of a meter. And I do feel like it's going to take Sora players a little bit to be able to tap into all that potential. So I do feel like she's a very strong and a very cute character. Who else do you want to see, chat? You want to see Yodayo? You want to see Yodayo? Okay. Yodayo, Ojo, Yodazo, Ayame, the cute, adorable bundle of fun. I think there's two very polarizing sides to her. She doesn't play the game as well as others, but she does play the game by being cute. Doesn't have mix-ups, has pure mids. That's it. Honest mids Ayame is what I like to say. What she lacks in mix-ups, she makes up for in great stagger, really great pressure, and she does have crazy air unblockable setups that make you regret ever teching or ever getting in that predicament in the first place. So she's a very strike throw heavy, but she also plays the game in a way that the super cute characters also play, but they're not necessarily on that level yet. She's fast, she's quick, and she's got a janky ass hurt box, which is playing to her benefit. And one of the major contributes as to why she's cute as well. Great pressure, great stagger, all that good jazz. And if you're a HoloLive stan and you don't get any of these terms, let me know and I will be able to inform you guys probably at a later date about what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are FGC brain rot like I am, you know what I'm talking about. Ayame is one of my favorite characters in this game right now. With her sound effects being the way they are, she has a sword. Actually, she has two swords. Being an adorable Oni, and also being quite strong in this game makes me really, really love her. Now, she doesn't have any mix-up, but what she lacks in mix-up, she makes up for with great neutral and stagger pressure. She's the type of character where if you respect her too much, she'll be able to chip you out and be able to pressure you non-stop. But if you respect her too little, you might get caught in some of her frame traps and you could be eating big damage. She has an incredible anti-air, with 2-2L being probably the best anti-air in the game. It's so fast, can lead to combos, as well as having one of the best reversals in the game, being super quick, also leading to some great damage. With all these things in mind, it's safe to say that she is... All right, who else do you want to see? Seems like people want to, more people want to see Korone. Korone, I feel like she's in an interesting predicament. I think Korone is doing her best. She's doing her best. I think she definitely has a lot of things that it's unexplored. I think she's probably the most unexplored character in this game right now. I made an argument that Sora might have been, but I think a lot of people are starting to get real crazy with Sora. But I think Korone is definitely the most unexplored character because I do think she's got a lot of crazy stuff. But she has also got a lot of really weird inconsistent stuff, like some of her strings like drop randomly out of nowhere. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intentional, I'm not sure. Alongside that, I don't think anybody really has been able to capitalize on her idle move, which is the dash cancel, and I feel like there's some things that could be done there that is pretty good. I don't know if it's good or not. That's the only thing. But she has an invincible reversal, which you can't knock her for that. That's a rarity in this game. Only a few characters have invincible reversals, 4 to be exact. exact. I guess if you want to say non-level 2 reversals, because there's only 4 characters in this game as of right now. Wait, 4? Yeah, 4 characters in this game right now that have true 1 meter reversals. So, and Korone is one of them. I cannot say much about her because I don't know much, but I do feel like there is some potential with her. She could be cute, but right now she's doing her best. Korone, as of right now, I really don't see a lot of, which is hard for me to judge whether or not she's great or she has potential or anything like that. Just with the facts that I have right now, she does have a very balanced overall kit with a really great projectile. Her chainsaw is really strong as well for combo confirmations. I say the biggest thing that people haven't tapped into yet is her idle special move, which she advances forward, which she can cancel off of any special or any super, and she could continue pressure that way. That could make her really oppressive depending on the scenario or depending on the special move she cancels out of, but I'm not sure. I'll leave that for the Korone mains to explore. But as of right now, I'm not gonna lie, she's trying her best and she's very honest. Let's go ahead and just move on to Botan. Botan's cute. I think Botan's cute. And I think what really comes down to Botan is her damage off of like almost any confirm. Here's the thing, she plays the game the way that these characters play the game extremely well. I'm saving the super cute tier for 2 characters only. I don't think Botan's on that level just yet. That's it. It just comes down to that. I'll go ahead and I'll say the second character in super cute, and that's Suisei. I think Suisei has some crazy shit in this game. She's got some crazy, like, she got a command grab, overhead, incredible overhead, by the way, that has a huge hitbox, moves her forward. You can throw it out randomly like Greed Sever and Guilty Gear. And she also has really great projectile, really great setups, incredible mix-up. You saw from the tournament, like Masoma is like freaking nuts. Masoma's nuts with Suisei. EX projectiles, instant overhead, 2M is insane. The hitbox is nuts. It's very quick. It's a low into the overhead is nuts. And then you super chat cancel into another overhead, which gives you plus frames. You have unblockables for days. You have with the EX projectile, you have different tech traps as well. This character is nuts. So I think Suisei and Aki are the 2 best characters in the game. As of right now, this could change. The only difference between Aki and Suisei is that Aki has impeccable zoning and impeccable neutral with that teleport, those lasers, Muki Rose, all that good jazz. Botan has an impressive toolkit with some crazy combos as well as some really good pressure and some insane buttons. Her best buttons by far is her 5M follow-up. Her regular 5M just leaves her a little bit more disjointed, so the hitbox stays in front of her, but her box is behind the hitbox. So it's really hard for you to contest it. And then when she goes for her follow-up, it advances her forward, which leaves you in a perfect position to be able to pressure some more with 2M, which is the knife throw, or to be able to grab them. And that is her basic pressure, which leads to some pretty crazy scenarios. Alongside the 5M and the 5M follow-up, she has her J2H, which is the move that she does in the air, where she drops down vertically and she starts shooting her gun. That move is insane because it is quick, it has a lot of hit stun and block stun, mind you, and can stop her jumping forward momentum, which can really catch some people off guard. On top of that, she has her regular jumping heavy, which can cross the opponent up and can lead into a combo. So her aerial heavy buttons are real crazy. On top of having incredible combos and having some crazy damage off of pretty much any move, also having the shopping cart meta, hops into her shopping cart, completely invincible, rides into the night, and if you get hit, you get a full combo. She also has a lot of different moves that are very strong. Her 2H, an incredible anti-air that leads into a lot of damage and crazy combos. She has her grenades that can zone very, very well and can lead into some really good setups. Her damage and utility are not to be trifled with, and she also has a reversal. She's definitely one of the cutest characters in this game. Suisei is what I like to call the best grappler in the game. She's got a lot of different tools to be able to oppress the opponent. She's got a command grab, she's got a projectile that sets up pressure, and if you want to, you can set it up for just zoning in general. It's not meant for that, but you can if you want to. Her normals, while they lack range, they are very, very crazy when she gets in. Her 2M, a low-hitting gunshot that has some really good range and a really great hitbox that you can't contest nearly at all. That similarly to Botan's 5M, it has a disjointed hurtbox, so it's really hard to contest. So it's really good for pressure and making sure that the opponent is blocking low. Alongside that, she has her overhead axe, which is a special move that can lead into big combos depending if you have meter. meter. And if they block the overhead, you can super chat cancel it into the aerial version of the axe, and you can get plus frames. Kinda crazy. And on top of all that, she has insane pressure from the almighty EX Fireball, a godly ball that descends from the heavens to be able to lock you into blocking while she runs around and tries to open you up. Oh yeah, did I mention she has an instant overhead? Yeah, she has that too. And while you're guessing if she hits you with an overhead or a low, once it does, you're gonna have to guess all over again, because the combo that she gets off of it just puts you in the same situation yet again. So as long as she has star meter, there's always a chance that you're going to get opened up into a 50-50 again. So pray that you have a burst, or you're really good at flipping a coin. So that's why I truly believe that Suisei and Aki are both the two most cutest characters in the game. Then we move on to the last character. Not a lot of characters here. We got Fubuki, and these are ordered, by the way. I'm putting Fubuki right here. I think she's cute. I think Fubuki has a lot of potential to even be right here. I'm not even kidding. You're not seeing a lot of Fubuki shit happening because Fubuki players, I think, are in the lab right now trying to figure out what the fuck this character is. Because there is a lot of crazy shit. She's got instant overheads, crazy counter, a launcher, and also a lot of air unblockable setups that you can set up that can be crazy. A lot of people aren't seeing her craziness, but I think once we progress the game more, you're going to start to see a lot more Fubuki. JH, outrageous. Her launcher, jump cancelable, incredible anti-air, big damage. Then you have her projectile invincible Tatsu that can lead into combo because of her gacha mechanic. Then you have, of course, she got projectile, so she can build super chat meter pretty easily. She can eat burgers in the middle, so she can cancel a lot of different things. Her 5H has some weird properties, and 4H is, I feel like, the closest you're ever going to get to baiting out a burst. So she has the potential, but it's just not there just yet. I think Fubuki is right up there. Fubuki is a character that I absolutely see being a lot stronger than a lot of people think. She has a pretty simple toolkit, but enhanced to the max. She has a projectile that she can build super chat meter with. She has a forward advancing Tatsu that's projectile invincible. And probably one of the coolest things about her, which is her gacha mechanic. There is a random chance that if you do a special move, it'll come out enhanced, which if you get lucky, you can get crazy combos off of, crazy damage, or you can get some abilities or stat boosts such as invincibility that could seriously change the tide of the game. Pair that with the fact that she has an anti-air launcher that is jump cancelable on hit or on block, along with an instant overhead move that can lead into big damage. I definitely see an incredible amount of potential and a lot of players picking her and a lot of people having trouble against her, which is why I feel like she's one of the cutest characters in the game. I have bestowed my opinion upon you. Congratulations. This tier list making of idol showdown characters and collabs, make sure to give a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and comment in the comment section down below. That was the spirit of Panda Global leaving my body. Ew, a tier list. Get this shit off my screen.